It's Rona, and today is Scraplift Crafternoon, and also I am participating with some ladies in Woodgrain and Winter. So both of those are going to apply today. I'm going to get my inspiration from that layout that I was just showing you from Lisa Brooks. She also has a YouTube channel, and her channel is Life in Layouts. All the information on that will be in the description box below. And also there will be a playlist for Woodgrain and Winter. So lots of good inspiration to hop around and see with either one of these. So I'm showing you some of the products that I'm planning on using. I have pulled out Simple Stories, and I am not, let's see, Jingle All the Way is the name of this one. And so I've pulled out some things. I have already used some, but like the stickers, it looks like I've used one sticker off of the sheet. I've used some of the chipboard, and it's just in a little baggie because it was all falling apart. So, and I've used a few of the papers. I do have a few scraps also, so that is going to come into play here in a little bit, I hope. The wood grain that I'm using is from Memory Place. It is not part of the Simple Stories collection, but I love it. I've been using that. I've already done 2 layouts for wood grain in Winter, and I've used that. This one is not, well, this one it's not going to show up as much. Because there's a lot of layers on this, and it is just kind of a border in 2 different places. But I am trying to stick with this layout that Lisa did for my Scraplift. You saw me there tear the paper. She had a scalloped border, and I decided I wanted to tear mine. I also cut some footage out there because I had the photo there that I have covered up now showing, so I had to take it out. And so I lost a little bit of footage just trying to remove that because this is a concert from the school, and it was some pictures, and there were lots of kids on the risers, and I didn't have permission from those parents because I don't even know most of them. So I did cover that up. The rest of these pictures are family and very close friends, so those are fine to use, but the one photo is covered up there, and you can see that now. I did off-screen rough up the edges or distress the edges with my distressing tool of all of the pictures, and that wasn't part of the sketch or anything, but I liked it along with my torn edges. So in Lisa's layout, it was a double page layout, and she used lots of photos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so I'm taking most of my inspiration in that I decided to use a lot of photos. So I'm actually getting 6 photos on my layout, and she had 5 across 2 pages. Well, yeah, I think so. 1, 2. Yeah, I think she had 5 across 2 pages. But I decided I wanted to put all of these on one page, and instead of doing a 2-page spread, because I just don't normally do 2-page spreads, I would just do it on one page and kind of be inspired by, if not do an exact scrap lift. As I go through here, I veer farther and farther away from her layout. This is probably the layout that is least like the scrap lift that I've done so far for Scraplift Crafternoon, and I kind of hate that because I liked her layout. I liked it quite a bit, but I just kept, veering farther and farther away. here I have gutted this wood grain paper, and I did that and realized that I don't know what I was thinking. I only did in half an inch all the way around, and I knew the size of this paper to go over it, and I don't know what I was thinking. But anyway, I'm going to fix it here in a minute. It's too close to be able to just glue straight down. So I'm going to just get some very, very thin white cardstock to glue it to, and that will make it just stable enough so it will work. And then I'm also going to line this wood grain up, and it's going to be a mat between the two Simple Stories papers. So I've gotten that white cardstock out, and I go ahead and put this on. It still works out, but I never do a gutting where I've done it so small. I don't know what I was thinking, but it works out. So it's fine in the end. And I do like the addition of the little bit at the top. Again, as I said, the more I mess up or, whatever, it just gets farther and farther away from what she had in her layout. But it couldn't be helped in this case. And I'm kind of glad I had just torn it, because if I had used a border punch, I don't know that this would have worked as well. So I probably would have wasted a sheet of paper, and I had to pull out a different wood grain. And so I'm happy that it didn't, and this was going to work. So I have gone ahead and matted each of the pictures are on one of the pattern papers, and it's white with some holly and sprigs. And then I'm going to mat that whole section on this wood grain. And I decided that if I'm matting it on the wood grain, I might as well make it line up with the background. And I just had to flip it over. There we go. Now it's perfect. And I like how that looks. I like it when you can kind of tell it carries across, even though it's just it's a tiny little border. I know, and you can tell on the finished layout. So I thought that was kind of a fun little way to do it. I had inked up the edges, thinking that that would be enough of a differentiation. That was bad. Anyway, wow. I thought it would be enough to just ink it. And then because one of the papers is more white, the other is more of a cream. They're both kind of cream. You know how Simple Stories is. But they were too similar for it to work, and I liked them together, and I liked them with these photos, but without the wood grain, they were getting lost, and I didn't love it. So adding the wood grain gives me just what I needed to kind of make both of them stand out, and I like how that looked. So I'm adding a little banner here, and that's going to hold my title, which is Fa La La. And then I'm going to add another little tag, which wasn't what she did. She did strip journaling on hers, but I'm going to add a tag because, of course, it's Simple Stories collection, and I have to have a tag because I love their tags. So I'm going to add it kind of where she had her journaling. And then that is also going to have the school's name, which I don't put on camera. I just go ahead and write Christmas concert and put the date, and then I add the name of the school afterwards just for privacy. I'm going to add wet glue to each of these because they are chipboard, and chipboard, notoriously does not stick very well. They are sticky, and of course it stuck really well to my picture, but I got it peeled up and it was fine. And I'm going to go ahead and add the wet glue because I don't want it to fall off later on. And then I layered up the tree, and here I'm showing you that my adhesive, the little 1mm from scrapbook.com, came back in stock. I was so excited. I was so excited that I ordered enough so that I could get free shipping. I ordered 7 rolls of this and one roll of the 1 millimeter that is 1 inch wide. I don't know that I will use it as much, but if I need it, I'll have it. And it was a good sale. They had, I was able to get all of those adhesives, and that's all I bought. And then they had some freebies, as scrapbook.com always does, and then I got the free shipping, so I was really pleased. I got 3 freebies, and it's all stuff that I will definitely use, so that was kind of exciting and a good purchase because I was really wanting to make sure that I didn't run out of that 1 millimeter foam tape again. So 7 packages will probably only last me a few months as much as I have been using it lately. So I'm liking how this looks. I mean, obviously there's not much room for embellishing when you've got 6 pictures and then, several layers of backgrounds. So it's a little bit tight, but I like it. I like to have some layouts where I do have a lot of photos, and everyone took their picture, and both of these photos are from a Christmas concert at the school that they were going to at the time. They're not there now, but actually this little school closed. But they were both in the concert. So all the family is there, both sets of grandparents, parents, and we got pictures with their friends and their cousins, and I just really wanted to make sure all of those were in there, and I just didn't want to make it a 2-page spread. Christmas layouts take up so much, room anyway that I just didn't want to have too many pages. So I'm happy with how it turned out. Here's my tag, and I have a piece of green twine, and it's kind of a sage green, and I wanted it to be a little bit darker. So I'm using a distress marker, and it's in peeled paint, and it was the perfect color of green. In fact, I did take the same marker and go over the little hole reinforcer on the tag, and it's matching very well. So it does get green stuff all over my fingers trying to do this, but I have not done, I've never used a distress marker to color my twine before. I usually use alcohol markers, and that works great. You can do ribbon, you can do twine, anything like that. And it works great, and then you get the exact color that you want. But I thought I would give it a try with the distress marker, and I knew that this peeled paint color would work well with the colors that I was trying to accomplish here. So I was happy with how that turned out, and it seemed to dry fine, and it took the twine took the color well as my thumb there. You can see it's nice and green now too. But that's my finished layout. I do have a couple of close-ups here, and I really appreciate you joining me. If you haven't already, I would love to have you subscribe. If you have any questions about anything, I fumbled through this voiceover so much. I don't know if you learned anything at all, but hopefully something will inspire you, and maybe it's just to use 6 photos on a layout, right? Check out the playlist below and see all of the other ladies that are playing along with both of these series and hop. Thanks a lot, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.